Are you walking into rooms and forgetting why you went there? Struggling to find the right words, or feeling like your brain is wrapped in cotton? If this sounds like you, type fog in the comments. Today, I'm counting down the 11 foods that are clouding your mind and stealing your mental clarity after 40, from mildly problematic to absolutely devastating for your cognitive function. And stick around, because food number 1 is the most shocking brain fog culprit that's hiding in almost every kitchen. Meet Amanda, a 43-year-old marketing manager from Colorado. Last year, she was struggling and embarrassed. She'd been experiencing severe brain fog for months, forgetting important meetings, losing her train of thought mid-sentence, and feeling like she was thinking through molasses. She was worried something was seriously wrong with her brain and was considering seeing a neurologist. What Amanda didn't realize was that she was eating 9 of the foods on today's list every single day. Within 6 weeks of eliminating just 5 of these brain-fogging foods from her diet, her mental clarity returned, her memory improved dramatically, and she felt sharp and focused for the first time in over a year. Here's what's happening in your brain during menopause that makes cognitive function so vulnerable. Your estrogen levels drop by up to 90%, and estrogen is crucial for brain health, memory formation, and cognitive processing. This dramatic decline affects neurotransmitter production, particularly acetylcholine, which is essential for learning and memory. Your brain's ability to use glucose for energy becomes less efficient, leading to mental fatigue and difficulty concentrating. Chronic inflammation increases significantly during menopause, and this inflammation can cross the blood-brain barrier, directly affecting cognitive function and creating that frustrating mental fog. Additionally, the stress hormone cortisol often becomes elevated during menopause, which can impair memory formation and recall. Your brain's natural detoxification processes also become less efficient, making you more sensitive to foods and substances that can cloud your thinking. The foods you eat directly impact your brain's ability to function optimally. Some foods promote inflammation, disrupt neurotransmitter balance, and interfere with blood flow to the brain, while others support cognitive clarity and mental sharpness. Let's dive in. 11. Artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin can significantly impact your cognitive function and contribute to brain fog. These synthetic compounds can cross the blood-brain barrier and interfere with neurotransmitter function, particularly affecting your ability to think clearly. Aspartame breaks down into methanol, aspartic acid, and phenylalanine in your body. Methanol can be toxic to brain cells, while excess phenylalanine can disrupt the production of important neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, affecting your mood and cognitive function. During menopause, when your brain is already dealing with hormonal changes, artificial sweeteners can worsen existing cognitive symptoms. Many women report increased brain fog, headaches, and difficulty concentrating when consuming products containing these synthetic sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners can also disrupt your gut microbiome, which has a direct connection to your brain through the gut-brain axis. An unhealthy gut can increase inflammation throughout your body, including your brain, contributing to mental cloudiness. These sweeteners are found in diet sodas, sugar-free gum, low-calorie yogurts, and many processed foods labeled as diet or sugar-free. Reading labels carefully is essential to avoid these brain-fogging compounds. Replace artificial sweeteners with natural alternatives like stevia, monk fruit, or small amounts of raw honey to satisfy your sweet tooth without compromising your cognitive function. 10. Processed vegetable oils. Highly processed vegetable oils like soybean, corn, canola, and sunflower oil are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids that promote inflammation throughout your body, including your brain. These oils undergo extensive processing that creates harmful compounds that can damage brain cells. The high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in these oils disrupts the delicate balance needed for optimal brain function. Chronic inflammation from excess omega-6 consumption can impair memory, reduce cognitive flexibility, and contribute to that frustrating mental fog. During menopause, when inflammation is already elevated, consuming these inflammatory oils can worsen cognitive symptoms. Your brain becomes more sensitive to inflammatory compounds, making the effects of these processed oils more pronounced. These oils are found in most processed foods, restaurant meals, salad dressings, and packaged snacks. They're often hidden in foods you might consider healthy, like whole grain crackers or granola bars. The processing methods used to create these oils involve high heat and chemical solvents that can create trans fats and other toxic compounds that directly damage brain tissue and interfere with cognitive function. Replace processed vegetable oils with brain-healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, and grass-fed butter to support optimal cognitive function and reduce inflammation. 9. High-sodium processed foods. Excessive sodium from processed foods can significantly impact your cognitive function by affecting blood flow to your brain. High sodium intake causes blood vessels to constrict, reducing the oxygen and nutrients that reach your brain cells. Processed foods like deli meats, canned soups, frozen dinners, and packaged snacks are loaded with sodium that far exceeds your body's needs. This excess sodium can lead to dehydration, which directly affects your ability to think clearly and concentrate. During menopause, your body's ability to regulate blood pressure becomes less efficient, making you more sensitive to the cognitive effects of high sodium intake. Even moderate amounts can cause noticeable changes in mental clarity and focus. High sodium intake also promotes inflammation throughout your body, including your brain. This inflammation can interfere with neurotransmitter production and communication between brain cells, contributing to brain fog and memory problems. The combination of reduced blood flow and increased inflammation from high-sodium foods creates a perfect storm for cognitive dysfunction, making it difficult to think clearly and remember important information. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods and season your meals with herbs and spices instead of salt to support optimal brain function and mental clarity. 8. Trans fats. Trans fats are among the most damaging fats for your brain health and cognitive function. These artificial fats are created through a process called hydrogenation and can directly damage brain cell membranes, interfering with communication between neurons. Trans fats reduce the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that's essential for brain health, memory formation, and cognitive function. They also increase inflammation throughout your body, including your brain, contributing to mental fog and cognitive decline. During menopause, when your brain is already vulnerable due to hormonal changes, trans fats can significantly worsen cognitive symptoms. Studies have shown that people who consume more trans fats have a higher risk of developing dementia and cognitive impairment. These harmful fats are found in many processed foods, including margarine, commercial baked goods, fried foods, and packaged snacks. Even small amounts can have significant effects on your cognitive function and mental clarity. Trans fats also interfere with your body's ability to use healthy omega-3 fatty acids, which are crucial for brain health. This double impact makes trans fats particularly damaging to cognitive function during menopause. Read ingredient labels carefully and avoid any products containing partially hydrogenated oils or hydrogenated oils to protect your brain health and maintain mental clarity. 7. Refined sugar. Refined sugar causes rapid spikes and crashes in your blood glucose levels, which directly affects your brain's ability to function optimally. Your brain relies on steady glucose levels for energy, and these dramatic fluctuations can cause brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and memory problems. High sugar intake promotes inflammation throughout your body, including your brain. This inflammation can damage brain cells and interfere with the production of important neurotransmitters that regulate mood, memory, and cognitive function. During menopause, your body becomes less efficient at processing glucose, making you more sensitive to the cognitive effects of sugar consumption. Even moderate amounts can cause noticeable changes in mental clarity and focus. Sugar also feeds harmful bacteria in your gut while crowding out beneficial bacteria. Since your gut and brain are closely connected through the gut-brain axis, an unhealthy gut microbiome can directly contribute to brain fog and cognitive dysfunction. Chronic high sugar consumption can lead to insulin resistance, which affects your brain's ability to use glucose for energy. This can result in persistent mental fatigue and difficulty thinking clearly. Replace refined sugars with natural alternatives like fresh fruit, and focus on maintaining steady blood sugar levels through balanced meals to support optimal cognitive function. Before we continue, if you are enjoying this video, give it a like. It tells YouTube to recommend it with more women. Subscribe or share with your friends that might need it. 6. Gluten-containing foods. Gluten can be particularly problematic for cognitive function, especially during menopause when your body becomes more sensitive to inflammatory foods. Even if you don't have celiac disease, gluten sensitivity can contribute to brain fog and mental cloudiness. Gluten can trigger an inflammatory response in your gut, which then travels to your brain through the gut-brain axis. This inflammation can interfere with neurotransmitter production and communication between brain cells, leading to cognitive dysfunction. During menopause, when your immune system is already dealing with hormonal changes, gluten can worsen existing inflammatory responses. Many women find that eliminating gluten significantly improves their mental clarity and reduces brain fog. Gluten can also have an opioid-like effect on your brain, causing a temporary feeling of comfort followed by mental sluggishness and difficulty concentrating. This cycle can make it challenging to maintain consistent cognitive function throughout the day. The proteins in gluten can also interfere with the absorption of important nutrients like B vitamins and magnesium, which are crucial for brain health and cognitive function. This nutritional deficiency can compound the cognitive effects of gluten consumption. Consider eliminating gluten for 2 to 4 weeks to see if your mental clarity improves. Focus on naturally gluten-free whole foods like vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and gluten-free grains. 5. Alcohol. Alcohol has significant effects on your cognitive function and can contribute to persistent brain fog, especially during menopause when your brain is already dealing with hormonal changes. Even moderate alcohol consumption can interfere with your mental clarity and memory. Alcohol disrupts your sleep quality, preventing you from getting the restorative sleep your brain needs to function optimally. Poor sleep directly contributes to brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and memory problems the following day. During menopause, your body metabolizes alcohol less efficiently, meaning even small amounts can have more pronounced effects on your cognitive function. Alcohol also interferes with hormone balance, potentially worsening menopausal symptoms that affect brain health. Alcohol dehydrates your body and brain, reducing blood flow and oxygen delivery to brain cells. This dehydration can cause immediate cognitive effects like difficulty concentrating and mental fatigue that can persist for hours or even days. Regular alcohol consumption can also deplete important B vitamins and other nutrients that are essential for brain health and cognitive function. This nutritional depletion can contribute to persistent brain fog and mental cloudiness. Alcohol also increases inflammation throughout your body, including your brain, which can interfere with neurotransmitter production and communication between brain cells. If you choose to drink alcohol, limit consumption to special occasions and ensure you're staying well hydrated and getting adequate nutrition to support your brain health. 4. Dairy products. Dairy products can contribute to brain fog and cognitive dysfunction, particularly during menopause when your digestive system becomes more sensitive. Many adults develop lactose intolerance or dairy sensitivity as they age, which can manifest as brain fog rather than obvious digestive symptoms. Dairy proteins like casein can trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals, and this inflammation can travel to your brain through the gut-brain axis. This inflammation can interfere with cognitive function and contribute to mental cloudiness. During menopause, when your immune system is already dealing with hormonal changes, dairy can worsen existing inflammatory responses. Many women find that eliminating dairy significantly improves their mental clarity and reduces brain fog. Dairy products can also have an opioid-like effect on your brain similar to gluten, causing temporary comfort followed by mental sluggishness. This can make it difficult to maintain consistent energy and focus throughout the day. The hormones naturally present in dairy products, as well as any added hormones, can interfere with your body's delicate hormonal balance during menopause. This hormonal disruption can worsen cognitive symptoms and brain fog. Many dairy products are also high in saturated fats, which can contribute to inflammation and reduced blood flow to the brain when consumed in excess. Consider eliminating dairy for 2 to 4 weeks to see if your mental clarity improves. There are many plant-based alternatives available that can provide similar nutritional benefits without the potential cognitive effects. 3. Fried foods. Fried foods are particularly damaging to your cognitive function because they contain high levels of inflammatory compounds created during the frying process. These compounds can cross the blood-brain barrier and directly damage brain cells, contributing to brain fog and cognitive decline. The high temperatures used in frying create advanced glycation end products and other toxic compounds that promote inflammation throughout your body, including your brain. This inflammation can interfere with neurotransmitter production and communication between brain cells. During menopause, when inflammation is already elevated, consuming fried foods can significantly worsen cognitive symptoms. Your brain becomes more sensitive to inflammatory compounds, making the effects of fried foods more pronounced. Fried foods are also typically high in trans fats and processed vegetable oils, which we've already discussed as being particularly harmful to brain health. This combination creates a perfect storm for cognitive dysfunction. The heavy, greasy nature of fried foods can also affect your digestive system, leading to inflammation in your gut that travels to your brain through the gut-brain axis. This can contribute to persistent brain fog and mental cloudiness. Fried foods also tend to be low in nutrients while being high in calories, potentially displacing more nutritious foods that support brain health and cognitive function. Replace fried foods with baked, grilled, or sautéed alternatives using healthy fats like olive oil or avocado oil to support optimal brain function and mental clarity. 2. Processed meats. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats contain numerous additives and preservatives that can negatively impact your cognitive function. These chemicals can cross the blood-brain barrier and interfere with normal brain function. Nitrates and nitrites, commonly used as preservatives in processed meats, can form nitrosamines in your body, which are compounds that can damage brain cells and contribute to cognitive decline. These compounds are particularly problematic during menopause when your brain is already vulnerable. Processed meats are also high in sodium, which we've discussed as being harmful to cognitive function. The combination of high sodium, preservatives, and inflammatory compounds creates multiple pathways for cognitive dysfunction. These meats often contain high levels of saturated fats and inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids that can reduce blood flow to your brain and promote inflammation. This combination can significantly impact your mental clarity and cognitive function. The processing methods used to create these meats often involve high heat and chemical treatments that can create additional toxic compounds harmful to brain health. These compounds can accumulate in your body over time, contributing to persistent brain fog. Many processed meats also contain added sugars and artificial flavors that can further contribute to inflammation and cognitive dysfunction. Choose fresh, unprocessed meats and fish or plant-based protein sources to support optimal brain health and cognitive function without the harmful additives found in processed meats. 1. Ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods are the most devastating for your cognitive function and brain health. These foods undergo extensive processing that strips away nutrients while adding harmful chemicals, preservatives, and artificial ingredients that can directly damage your brain. Ultra-processed foods are designed to be hyper-palatable, triggering reward pathways in your brain that can lead to overconsumption and addiction-like behaviors. This constant stimulation can disrupt normal brain function and contribute to persistent brain fog. These foods typically contain a combination of all the harmful ingredients we've discussed: refined sugars, trans fats, artificial sweeteners, processed oils, and numerous chemical additives. This toxic combination creates multiple pathways for cognitive dysfunction and brain damage. During menopause, when your brain is already dealing with hormonal changes, ultra-processed foods can significantly worsen cognitive symptoms. The inflammatory compounds in these foods can cross the blood-brain barrier and directly interfere with brain function. Ultra-processed foods also disrupt your gut microbiome, killing beneficial bacteria while feeding harmful bacteria. Since your gut and brain are closely connected, this disruption can directly contribute to brain fog, mood changes, and cognitive dysfunction. These foods are typically low in nutrients while being high in calories, potentially leading to nutritional deficiencies that further impair cognitive function. They can also cause rapid blood sugar spikes and crashes that directly affect your brain's ability to function optimally. The artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives in ultra-processed foods can act as neurotoxins, directly damaging brain cells and interfering with neurotransmitter production and communication. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible. When you do choose packaged foods, read labels carefully and choose options with minimal ingredients that you can recognize and pronounce. If you've made it this far, congratulations! These 11 foods aren't just minor inconveniences, they're the hidden culprits that have been stealing your mental clarity and leaving you feeling frustrated and confused. Your brain fog isn't a character flaw, and you're not imagining how much harder it's become to think clearly. The hormonal changes of menopause make your brain more vulnerable to the effects of inflammatory and toxic foods, but that also means the right dietary changes can have an even bigger impact. Start small. Choose 2 or 3 foods from this list that you consume most frequently. Eliminate them one at a time for 2 weeks each, and notice how your mental clarity, memory, and focus improve. Pay attention to how much sharper and more alert you feel. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every positive change you make is supporting your brain's natural ability to heal and function optimally during this important transition. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. It tells YouTube to share it with more women who need this message. Subscribe for weekly videos on menopause health, hormone balance, and smart strategies to feel like yourself again. And comment below, which of these 11 foods surprised you the most? I read every comment and love hearing about your experiences. Now that you know what foods to avoid for better brain health, you're probably wondering what you should eat instead. Make sure to check out my video 15 Foods That Boost Your Metabolism After 40, where I share the specific foods that can help improve your cognitive function and mental clarity during menopause. You've got this, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way.